Hello, champ. Congratulations on clearing the NOS Level 1 exam. Welcome to India's most awaited and award-winning Olympiad finale, the NOF Champions League. We've prepared 4 sample papers, 40 questions each, with free video solutions to help you perform your best. Watch carefully, take notes, practice, and excel. Here is your math sample paper with solutions.
Sample paper 1, class 7. Question 1. What is the smallest 4-digit number that is divisible by 11? The smallest 4-digit number is 1000. Dividing 1000 by 11 gives a remainder of 10. To find the next multiple of 11, add the difference between 11 and the remainder to 1000, that is 1000 plus 11 minus 10, that is equal to 1001. Answer is option B, 1001. Question 2. What is the value of 2 to the power 4 plus 3 to the power 3? 2 to the power 4 is 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 2s are 16. And 3 to the power 3 is 3 3s are 9, 3s are 27. Answer is B, 43. Question 3. What is the smallest prime number greater than 100? Answer is 101. A prime number is an natural number greater than 1 that has no positive divisor other than 1 in itself. Question 4. Which of the following fractions is the largest? Converting each fraction to decimal equivalent for easy comparison, 3 by 5 is equal to 0.6. 7 by 12 is equal to 0.58. 5 by 8 is equal to 0.625. And 11 by 12 is equal to 0.55. So the largest fraction among all of these is option C, 5 by 8, which is equal to 0.625. Question 5. A ribbon is 18 meters long, was cut into pieces, each 2.25 meters. How many pieces are there? The number of pieces is total length upon length of one piece, that is 2.25, which is equal to 8. So the answer is A, 8. Question 6. What is the decimal representation of 22 by 99? Dividing the numerator by the denominator, that is 23 divided by 99, which is equal to 0.2323, where 23 repeats indefinitely. Comparing with the options, answer is B, 0.2323. Question 7. If A is equal to minus 5 by 8 and B is equal to 2 by 3, what is A plus B divided by A minus B? Calculating A plus B, that is 5 by 8 minus 5 by 8 plus 2 by 3, that is equal to 1 by 24. And A minus B is minus 5 by 8 minus 2 by 3, that is equal to minus 31 by 24. Dividing A plus B by A minus B, that is 1 upon 24 upon minus 31 by 24, that is equal to minus 1 upon 31, that is equal to minus 0.03225. Comparing with the given options, the answer is A, minus 0.03225. Question 8. Simplify 3 by 4 to the power minus 2. The rule for negative exponents is x to the power minus n is equal to 1 upon x to the power n. So 3 upon 4 to the power minus 2 is equal to 1 upon 3 by 4 to the power 2, that is equal to 1 upon 9 by 16, that is equal to 16 upon 9. That is option B. Question 9. If x to the power minus 3 is 125, what is x? Using the exponential rule, x to the power minus n is equal to 1 upon x to the power n. Rewriting the equation as 1 upon x cube is equal to 125. Rearranging the equation to solve for x cube, that is x cube is equal to 1 upon 125. So x is equal to cube root 1 upon 125, that is equal to 1 upon 5. From the given options, the answer is B, 1 upon 5. Question 10. Factorize 6x square minus 5x minus 6. For the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c, we need numbers to multiply. 6 into minus 6 is equal to 36 and add 2 minus 5. These numbers are minus 9 and 4. Rewriting the expression by splitting the middle term, that is 6x square minus 9x plus 4x minus 6. Grouping the terms and factor out the greatest common factor for each pair, that is 6x square minus 9x plus 4x minus 6. That is 3x, 2x minus 3 plus 2, 2x minus 3. Factor out the common binomial, that is 2x minus 3, 3x plus 2. From the given options, the answer is A, 3x plus 2, 2x minus 3.
Which of the following is the correct factorization for x cube minus y cube? The expression x cube minus y cube is the difference of cubes. The standard algebraic identity for the difference of cubes is given by the formula a cube minus b cube, which is equal to a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Now, substituting x for a and y for b, the identity, the correct factorization is x minus y, x square plus xy plus y square. This matches with the option A. Question number 12. If x square plus 3xy plus y square is equal to 40 and x plus y is equal to 5, find xy. The given equations are x square plus 3xy plus y square equal to 40 and x plus y is equal to 5. The expression x square plus 3xy plus y square can be rearranged to use the known value of x plus y whole square. So, x square plus 3xy plus y square is equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square plus xy, which is equal to x plus y whole square plus xy. Substitute the given values into the rearranged equation. So, x plus y whole square plus xy is equal to 40. Given the value of x plus y is 5, 5 square plus xy is equal to 40. So, 25 plus xy is equal to 40 and xy is equal to 40 minus 25. So, xy is equal to 15. So, the value of xy is 15, which is option B. Question number 13. The sum of three consecutive integers is 72. Find the smallest integer. Let the first integer be x. Then the next two integers will be x plus 1 and x plus 2. Sum of these three integers is 72. So, x plus 1 plus x plus 2 is equal to 72. Simplifying and solving the value of x will be 3x plus 3 is equal to 72, which will be 3x is equal to 72 minus 3. So 3x will be equal to 69. Now x will be equal to 69 upon 3, which is equal to 23. As the value of x is 23, the value of x plus 1 will be 23 plus 1, which is equal to 24. And similarly, x plus 2 will be 23 plus 2, which is 25. Hence, the smallest integer is 23. Question 40. The length of a rectangle is 3 times its breadth. If the perimeter is 48 meters, find the length. Let L be the length and B be the breadth of the rectangle. Given the perimeter is 48 meters. And the problem states that length is equal to 3 times its breadth. Now, we know that the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 L plus B. Now, substituting all the known values into the formula, we have 48 equal to 2 3B plus B, which is equal to 48 equal to 2 into 4B, which will be 48 is equal to 8B, and B will be equal to 48 by 8, which is equal to 6. Now we have the breadth as 6. Now calculating the length using the relationship L is equal to 3B, which will be equal to 3 into 6, which will be equal to 18 meters. So the length of the rectangle is 18 meters, which is option 6. Question 50. If 12 is added to a number The result is the same as multiplying the number by 3. What is the number? Let the number be x. The problem states 12 is added to a number which can be written as x plus 12. It also states the same as multiplying the number by 3, which is 3x. Setting these two equations as equal, we can solve for the value of x. Now, subtracting x from both the sides, we'll have x plus 12 minus x is equal to 3x minus x. We get 12 is equal to 2x. So, the value of x will be 12 by 2, which is equal to 6. Hence, the answer is A, 6. Question number 16. The monthly incomes of A and B are in the ratio 4 is to 5 and their monthly expenses are in the ratio 7 is to 9. If each saves 2000 per month, find A's income. Let's A income be 4x and B's income be 5x. And A's expenses be 7y and B's expenses be 9y. Savings are calculated as income minus expense. So, for A, savings will be 4x minus 7y, which is equal to 2000. And for B, it will be 5x minus 9y, which is also equal to 2000. Now solving the linear equation, multiply the first equation by 9 and the second equation by 7 to eliminate y. So 9 into 4x minus 7y equal to 9 into 2000 and 7 into 5x minus 9y is equal to 7 into 2000, which will be equal to 36 x minus 63y, which is equal to 18,000, and 35x minus 63y, which will be equal to 14,000. Now, subtracting the first equation from the second equation, we get 4,000 0y and x. So the value of x is 4,000. Calculating the A's income, which is 4x, we substitute the value of x, which goes 4 into 4,000, that is equal to 16,000. So the answer is D. Question number 17. Three numbers are in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 5 and their sum is 2000. Find the largest number. Let the three numbers be 2x, 3x and 5x, where x is the common factor. The sum of the numbers is given as 2000. So 2x plus 3x plus 5x is equal to 200. Combining the terms and solving the equation, we get 10x is equal to 200, which gives x as 20. Finding the largest number, that will be 5x will be 5 into 20, which will be 100. Comparing with the options, the answer is C. Question 18. A and B can complete a task in the ratio 3:2. If A completes the task in 18 days working alone, how many days will they take together? The ratio of the days A take to the ratio of days B take is 3:2. Given A takes 18 days, that will make it 18 upon days of B, which is equal to 3/2. So the days taken by B will be equal to 18 into 2 by 3, which is equal to 12 days. Now, the work rate is the reciprocal of the time taken. So, A's daily work rate will be 1 upon 18 tasks per day. And B's daily work rate will be 1 upon 12 tasks per day. The combined work rate is the sum of their individual rates. So, rate A plus B is equal to rate of A plus rate of B, which is equal to 1 upon 18 plus 1 upon 12. The common denominator is 36, which will be 2 upon 36 plus 3 upon 36, which will be equal to 5 upon 36 tasks per day. Now, the time taken together is the reciprocal of the combined work. So, days A plus B will be equal to 1 upon rate A plus B, which will be equal to 1 upon 5 by 36, which is equal to 36 by 5, which is equal to 7.2 days. Comparing with the options given, the answer is B. A merchant sells an article at a profit of 25% on the cost price. If the cost price of the article is 800, what is the selling price? The profit is 25% of the cost price, which is 800. Therefore, profit is equal to 0.25 into 800, which is equal to 200. The selling price is the cost price plus the profit. So, selling price will be equal to cost price plus profit should be equal to 800 plus 200, which is equal to 1000. So the selling price will be 1000, which is option B. Question 20. A man buys a bicycle for rupees 8,000 and sells it at a loss of 10%. What is the selling price of the bicycle? The cost price of the bicycle is 8,000 rupees and the loss percentage is 10%. The lost amount is calculated as a percentage of the cost price. Loss is equal to cost price into loss percentage, which will be equal to 8,000 into 10 upon 100, which makes loss equal to 800. Now, calculating the selling price, which is equal to cost price minus loss price, which is equal to 8,000 minus 800, which is 7,200. Comparing with the options, the answer is A, rupees 7,200. Question 21. A shopkeeper buys an article for rupees 500 and sells it for rupees 650. What is the profit percentage? The cost price is 500 and the selling price is 650. The profit is the difference between the selling price and the cost price. So, profit is equal to selling price minus cost price, which is equal to 650 minus 500, which is equal to 150. To calculate the profit percentage, the profit must be divided by the cost price into 100. So, profit percentage is equal to profit upon cost price into 100, which is 150 upon 500 into 100, which is equal to 0.3 into 100, that is 30%. Comparing with the answer is B, 30%. A sum of money triples itself in 12 years under simple interest. What is the rate of interest per annum? Let P be the principal amount and A be the amount after 12 years, which is 3P. And time is 12 years. The simple interest SI is given by amount minus principal, which is equal to 3P minus P, which is equal to 2P. Now the formula for simple interest is equal to P into R into T upon 100, where R is the rate of interest per annum. Now substituting the known values into the formula, we get 2p is equal to p into R into t, which is 12 upon 100. Now solving for the rate of interest, we get R is equal to 12 into p upon 100 into 2p. Now, solving for the rate of interest, we get R is equal to 2p into 100 upon p into 12. Now, solving R, we get 50 by 3, which makes R equivalent to 16.67%. Comparing with the options given, the answer is B. Question 23. A person borrowed 12,000 rupees at 15% per annum compound interest, compounded annually. How much does he have to pay after 3 years? Principal amount P is equal to 12,000 and the annual rate interest is R, which is equal to 15%. The time period is T, which is equal to 3 years. Interest is compounded annually. The formula for the total amount A after T years with compound interest A is equal to P 1 plus R to the power T will be A is equal to 12,000 1 plus 0.15 to the power 3, which will be equal to 12,000 into 1.520875, which will be equal to 18,250.5. The calculated amount is 18,250.50, and this is closest to the option C. So answer is C. Question 24. A sum of rupees 5,000 is invested in 10% per annum for 2 years, compounded quarterly. What is the amount at the end of 2 years? The principal amount is P, which is equal to 5,000. The annual rate of interest R is equal to 10%, which is equal to 0.10. The time is T is 2 years. The interest is compounded quarterly, so there are N is equal to 4 compounding periods per year. The formula for the amount is A, which is equal to P 1 plus R upon N to the power NT. Now calculating amounts by substituting the values into the formula will give 5,000 1 plus 0.10 upon 4 into. Further solving it, we get 5,000 1 plus 0.025 to the whole power 8, which is 5000 into 1.025 to the power 8, which makes A equivalent to 6092.014485. Now the calculated amount is approximately rupees 6092.01, which is closest to the option B. So the answer is B. Question 25. A sum of rupees 16,000 is divided into two parts. One part is invested at 10% per annum simple interest for 3 years, and the other part is invested at 20% per annum simple interest for 2 years. If the total interest earned is 5,400, find the two parts. Let the two parts be P1 and P2. The total sum is 16,000, so P1 plus P2 is equal to 16,000. The formula for simple interest is SI is equal to PRT upon 100. So, for the part 1, that is P1 SI 1 will be equal to P1 into 10 into 3 upon 100, which is equal to 30 P1 upon 100, that is 3 P1 upon 10. For part 2, that is P2 SI2 will be equal to P2 P2 into 20 into 2 upon 100, that will be 40 P2 upon 100, that will be 2 by 5 P2. The total interest earned is 5,400. That is SI1 plus SI2 is equal to 5,400. Substituting the values, 3P1 upon 10 plus 2P2 upon 5 is equal to 5,400. From earlier, we know that P2 is equal to 16,000 minus P1. Now substitute value into the recent equation, we get 3P1 upon 10 plus 2 into 16,000 minus P1 upon 5 is equal to 5400. Now, solving this entire equation, we get 3P1 plus 4 1600 minus P1 is equal to 5400. Now multiplying this entire equation by 10 to clear the denominators, we get 3P1 plus 4 into 1600 minus P1, which is equal to 54,000. Further, P1 plus 64,000 minus 4, P1 is equal to 54,000. Now for P1 minus P1 is equal to minus 10,000. So the value of P1 is equal to 10,000. Now finding the value of P2, which is equal to 16,000 minus P1, which is equal to 16,000 minus 10,000, which is equal to 6,000. Now we have the values for P1 and P2 as 10,000 and 6,000, which is answer A. 26. In a right angle triangle, one angle is 30 degree, then find the ratio between the acute angles. In a right angle triangle, one angle is always 90 degree. The sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180 degree. Given one acute angle is 30 degree, the other acute angle can be founded by subtracting the known angles from the total, which will be 180 degree minus 90 degree minus 30 degree, which is equal to 60 degree. Two acute angles are 30 degree and 60 degree. The ratio between these two angles will be 30 degree upon 60 degree, which is equal to 1 by 2. Hence, the answer is B, 1 by 2. Question 27. If two lines intersect, how many pairs of vertically opposite angles are formed? When two lines intersect, they form four angles along the point of intersection. Vertically opposite angles are the angles directly opposite to each other at the point of intersection. There are two distinct pairs of such angles formed. The angles within each pair are equal in measure. Hence, the answer is B, 2. Which pair of angle is complementary? The complementary angles are two angles that add up to 60, that add up to 90. So, for option A, 60 plus 30 is 90. For option B, 90 plus 10 is 100. For option C, 55 plus 45 is 100. And for option D, 120 plus 60 is 180. So the answer is option A. Question 29. A rectangular field is 20 meter long and 15 meter wide. A path of uniform width runs around the field. If the area of the path is 156 meters, find the width of the path. Let L1, which is 20 meter, and W1, which is 50 meter, be the length and width of the inner fields. Let x be the unknown uniform width of the path around the field. The area of the inner field will be A1, which is equal to L1 into W1. The length and width of the outer boundary field plus path are L2, which is equal to L1 plus 2x, and W2, which is equal to W1 plus 2x. The area of the outer boundary is A2, which is equal to L2 into W2. The area of the path is given as a path that is 156 meters square, which is also A2 minus A1, which will be L1 plus 2x W1 plus 2x minus L1 W1. Now, substituting the values, we get 156 is equal to 20 plus 2x, 15 plus 2x minus 20 into 15. Now solving for x, we get 156 is equal to 4x square plus 70x. Rearranging it into standard quadratic form, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We get 4x square plus 70x minus 156 is equal to 0. Now, dividing this equation by 2, to simplify it, we get 2x square plus 35x minus 78 is equal to 0. Now solving the equation for the value of x using quadratic formula, which is x is equal to minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, we get the value of x as minus 35 plus minus root 35 square minus 4 into 2 into minus 78 upon 2 into 2. Now solving for x, we come down to minus 35 plus minus 43 upon 4. Now, the two possible solutions will be x1, which is equal to minus 35 plus 43 upon 4, which is equal to 8 by 4, which is equal to 2, and x2, which will be minus 35 minus 43 upon 4, which is equal to minus 78 upon 4, which is equal to minus 19.5. Since width cannot be negative, the only valid solution for x will be 2 meters. Comparing with the options, the width of the path is B, 2 meters. Question 30. A cylindrical tank has a radius of 7 meter and a height of 10 meter. It is filled with water up to a height of 8 meters. How much more water can be filled into the tank? So the full height of the tank is 10 meters. It is filled up to 8 meters. So the remaining difference will be 10 minus 8, which is equal to 2 meters. Now the additional volume, given that the radius is r, the volume of the cylinder will be V equal to pi r square h, using the value of pi as 22 by 7. V will be 22 by 7 into 7 square into 2. Now solving for V, we get 308 meter cube. Comparing with the answers, the answer is A, 308 meter cube. Question 31. A conical heap of sand has base diameter 14 meter and a height of 3 meters. How much canvas cloth is required to cover the heap completely? The problem asks for the amount of canvas cloth needed to cover a conical heap, which corresponds to the lateral surface area of the cone, given diameter is equal to 14, height is equal to 3. So the radius, that is half of diameter, will be equal to 14 by 2, which is equal to 7. The slant height can be calculated using the Pythagorean theorem, that is L is equal to root r square plus h square. Substituting the known values, we have root 7 square plus 3 square, that is equal to root 58. The formula for lateral surface area of a cone is pi RL. Using approximation of pi as 22 by 7, LSA is equal to 22 upon 7 into R, that is 7, into L, that is root 58. Using the approximation of root 58 as 7.615, we have 22 upon 7 into 7 into 7.615, which is 167.
Comparing with the given options, the answer is B, 167 meter square.
Question 32. The median of the data set 246x 10 12 14 is 8. Find the value of x. The median of a data set is the middle value when the data points are arranged in order. Given the data set is 246x 10 12 14, there are 7 data points, which is an odd number. The middle position is the n plus 1 upon 2 term. Where n is the number of terms. Position of the medium will be 7 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 8 by 2, which is equal to be fourth term. Now determining the value of fourth term. The fourth term in the given sequence is x. The problem states that the median is 8. Hence, x is equal to 8. To ensure 8 is the median of the data set must be in ascending order. If x is equal to 8, the data set becomes in ascending order. So the correct answer is C, 8. Question 33. Find the median of the data set 18, 25, 32, 40, 35, 28, 22, 30, 26. The first step in finding the median is to order the data set into the least to greatest. That will be 18, 22, 25, 26, 28, 30, 32, 35, and 40. Now, there are 9 data points in the set. For an odd number of the data points, the median is the middle value in the ordered set. The middle value is the fifth number in the sequence. The fifth number in sequence is 28. Hence, the answer is A, 28. Question 34. A bag contains 5 red balls, 7 green balls, and 8 blue balls. A ball is randomly picked. What is the probability that it is either red or green? The total number of balls in the bag is the sum of red, green, and blue balls. Hence, the total number of balls will be 20. To determine the number of favorable outcomes, the favorable outcomes are picking either a red ball or a green ball. The number of such outcomes will be number of red balls plus number of green balls, which will be 7 plus 5, which is 12. So calculating the probability of picking a red ball or a green ball will be favorable outcomes on total ball, which is 12 upon 20. Now simplifying the fraction to the lowest terms will be 3 by 5. So the probability is going to be D, 3 by 5. Question 35. A star with 10 points, decagram, has how many reflectional symmetries? The answer is B, 10. A regular decagram A 10-pointed star polygon has a total of 20 symmetries, which forms the dihedral group D10. These symmetries consist of 10 rotational symmetries and 10 reflectional symmetries. The 10 lines of reflection passes through the center of decagram. 5 of these lines connect a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite edge. The other 5 lines connect the midpoint of the opposite edges. Question 36. A regular dodecagon, 12 sides, is rotated. What is the smallest angle of rotation such that only half of its vertices align with their original position? The problem specifies a regular dodecagon which has 12 sides, thus 12 vertices. The requirement is that only half of its vertices align with their original position. So, the number of aligned vertices is k, which is equal to 12 by 2, which is equal to 6. The smallest angle of rotational symmetry for a regular n-gon is theta minimum, which is equal to 360 upon n. For dodecagon, where n is 12, theta minimum is equal to 360 upon 12, which is equal to 30 degree. An angle of rotation will align exactly k vertices if the angle is the multiple of theta minimum, and specifically if angle upon theta minimum and n share a common factor. But angle upon theta minimum is not a multiple of n by k. The smallest such angle is found by considering the greatest common divisor GCD of n and k. The angle theta is equal to is equal to 360 upon GCD of n and k. For n is 12 and k is 6, the GCD is 6. Hence, theta will be equal to 360 upon 6, which is equal to 60. Alternatively, an angle of 60 degree is a multiple of the smallest angle of rotation. At this angle, 6 vertices align, which is half of the total 12 vertices. A smaller, non-zero angle that aligns vertices is 30, but it aligns all 30 vertices, just in different positions relative to their original index, but all positions are occupied. The smallest angle that aligns only half of the vertices is 60. Hence, the answer is C, 60. Question 37. Which of the following letters has rotational symmetry of order 4? The answer is D, none of these. The order of rotational symmetry is the number of times a figure matches its original appearance during a full 360 rotation. The letter N has rotational symmetry of order 2. It looks the same after 80-degree rotation. The letter Y has rotational symmetry of order 1. It looks the same only after a full 360 degree. The letter Z has rotational symmetry of order 2. It looks the same after a 180 degree rotation. A letter like X should have had rotational symmetry of order 4, since None of the option A, B, C have rotational symmetry of order 4. The correct answer is D. Question 38. What will be the next number in the series? 2, 6, 12, 20, 30. Calculate the first difference in the sequence. That will be del 1 is equal to 6 minus 2, which is equal to 4. Del 2 will be 12 minus 6, which is equal to 6. Del 3 is equal to 20 minus 12, which is equal to 8. And del 4 is equal to 30 minus 20, which is equal to 10. Identifying the patterns in the difference. The first difference form an arithmetic progression 4, 6, 8, 10. The common difference here is 2. Hence, the next difference will be 12. So, the next number will be 30 plus 12, which is 42. According to the options, the answer is B. Question 39. A is the father of B, but B is not A's son. What is the relationship between B and A? The answer is A, daughter. The problem states that A is the father of B. This establishes that B is A's child. The problem also explicitly states that B is not A's son. Since B is a child of A and not male, B must be a female. Therefore, B is A's daughter. Question 40. The present age of a father is 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago, the father's age was 4 times that of his son. What is the present age of the son? Let the present age of the son be S and the present age of the father be F. For the first statement, the present age of the son, the present age of a father is 3 times that of his son, gives us F is equal to 3S. For the second statement, 5 years ago, the father's age was 4 times that of his son. This gives us our second equation, F minus 5 is equal to 4 S minus 5. Solve the system of equations by substituting the first equation into the second. We get 3S minus 5 is equal to 4S minus 5, which gives us 3S minus 5, which is equal to 4S minus 20. Calculating the value of S, we get 15. Hence, the present age of the son is 15 years. Comparing with the answers, the answer is B.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more useful content.